just wanted to record this video because I wanted to reveal the truth about some things and just share my journey. 2 years ago, or over that, I flew out to Iowa and I bought a school bus and drove it here to Colorado. My seed intention upon reflection of doing that was planted in a mind frame and in a belief system that just no longer serves me. It was planted in a mindset of proving myself, proving I can do hard things, proving my worth, trying to be seen as someone that was able to overcome. For a better part of my life, I have been a single mom, and my experience through that has been difficult. And it's been a lot of trying to prove myself, trying to prove my worthiness of being a mom, trying to prove myself to others and feel like they were proud of me. And that was a huge seed intention of me getting my bus. I had just broken up with my partner at the time. I was completely heartbroken. And that was something that we had talked about doing together. And I think that a part of it was, well, fine, I'll do it anyway. And those are all seeds that are sown, and they don't grow into what I actually divinely need. My intention over time evolved into wanting to spend time, like closer time with my kids, wanting to be in nature, wanting the availability to travel and just basically have this opportunity, or use that vessel as an opportunity to do things that we otherwise might not be able to afford or whatever. Because as a single mom, money has always been tight for me. Money has always been something that I've struggled with, and the bus ultimately was very abundant for me. I received so much abundance and so much friendship and so much support, and that is something that I look back on and I just am blown away. I'm forever grateful. And it really just shows to me that what I put my heart and my soul into will ultimately be fruitful, whether it's only for a temporary period of time or not. As I became closer and closer to finishing the bus, and as I became closer and closer to having to figure out what the next step was, I was quickly coming to realize that it wasn't going to work. I often something that I am quite often reflecting on is whatever my children are reflecting back to me is usually something that I need as well. And my oldest child was reflecting his need for stability and security and just needing something rooted and planted. And through some really long and hard contemplation, I realized that that was being reflected back to me, because that is right now my soul desire as well. There are a lot of roots being put down, and they were very healthy roots that were creating a lot of just health for my oldest child, and I needed that to stay stable for him. And so ultimately, along with a couple other aspects, I decided to get this space, this townhome. I started the search for looking for a place, and this is where we landed, and this was divinely guided. I was divinely guided here. I knew it was going to be very hard because financially this townhome costs 4 times as much as I was paying before. And as much as I was really proud of the fact that I am a stay-at-home single mom, I am struggling right now financially, and I am doing a lot spiritually to work on that, and really looking inwards and reflecting on like belief systems and things that I need to break down and things that I need to work on in order to really make this home that I'm in now work, and be able to provide financially for this to continue. But what I was living on before is no longer sufficient for what I need to live on now. And so I'm just at a place right now where I'm like, oh, what the fuck do I need to do? And linearly, a lot of people could look at it and go get a fucking job, get a normal job. But that isn't where I'm meant to be. Being a mom, I'm pretty much a full-time single mom to 3 children. 2 of my children are full-time, and one of my child I have her about 90% of the time. So being present is really important. And that is why like the jobs that I have are really helpful, because I can do them while they're at school, and then I can be present for them in other times. As soon as I moved into this place, some child support from one of my sources ended. And I really viewed that through a lens of, that's okay, like we continue on. We don't, like, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't, I could harbor resentment and be angry and whatever, but that doesn't further me, that doesn't push me into where I need to be, and it's not in alignment with what I am in alignment with. And I had another income source reduce, and I had another income source greatly reduce. I was making some affiliate money, and I have had 2 completely dry months of that, $0. When on average that was normally providing me with $800 to $1,000 a month. I know that I am being pushed into this place, especially during eclipse season, of vulnerability. I have felt this and I have been here before. And usually my response is fight or flight. Usually my response is go get a job. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter the sacrifice. It doesn't matter who has to help you out, who has to watch your kids. It doesn't matter. Like, you just have to do it. And at this moment in my life, and with all of the work that I've done, I know that that is not where I need to put my energy. That is not how I need to apply myself during this time. However, it's really tempting and really challenging not to. And just really like surrendering and trusting and not being lazy. For like 2 weeks there, I was absolutely avoiding almost everything. I like got sick, and then I was avoiding my body. I was avoiding my workouts. I was avoiding like work. I was barely doing like getting my work done. Just like here or there randomly. There was no structure to it. I was having anxiety about like completing work or showing up at work or whatever it may be. And so I was just really avoiding. And then these past couple days, I realized like that is where I am most abundant, is when I'm consistently putting myself forward. So now I'm just in this in-between space where I'm like needing to stay dedicated and consistent and not burn myself out, but also showing up and showing that I love the work that I do, and that it's not a chore for me, and that I really actually enjoy it and put effort into it and put joy into my work again, because that is when I receive the most opportunities. But there is a lot of fear coming up, which is good because it's revealing to me where I still need to do work, where I still need to remind myself of who I am, and my story is not just because my past has a story doesn't mean that's my story now. And I can actually use my past stories to help me guide myself into what I'm moving towards, which is not back here, it's forward. And my story is not one of pity and self-pity. It is a story of strength and bravery and courage, and that I really do believe that I have everything I need inside of me already to make this happen. My spirituality has never been greater. I have never spent more time in communication with spirit. And that brings me peace. There are a lot of really great and good things. There's collaboration happening. My children are very fulfilled. They're very happy. They're very healthy. They are joyful. And I have been more playful and more happy than I have in a long time. And I think ultimately I'm being really hard on myself, and I would never be this hard on a friend if they were going through the same thing. So I have to remind myself to be compassionate and give myself grace, because this is a period of growth and uncomfortableness, and I'm moving through it, and I am aligning with what I need in order to be successful at this. But it is also challenging. And it comes with its moments of sadness or fear or feelings of failure. I have decided to list my bus for sale. My bus is no longer in alignment with my life and what I'm doing. And as sad as I could be about it, I am actually more excited to release things that are no longer in alignment with who I am, and I'm releasing things that I planted in not fertile soil. Reassessing my foundation and building and planting seeds of pure intentions aligned with where I want to go in life. And ultimately, in essence, I have everything pure that I wanted out of my bus, which is my children to be bonded closer together, for us to have our own space and our own autonomy, for me to be able to parent and mother the way that I want to, for me to have my individuality, for my children to feel secure and safe and have their own space. And I have all of that. It just is in a different container than what I imagined. And so for that, I am eternally grateful, because I don't need a bus to give me any of that. I fell in love with that concept many, many, many years ago. But I think what I'm realizing is I fell in love with that concept for reasons that, again, they just don't align with me anymore. And so it's time to move on. It's time to shed the skin, let go of the things that don't serve me anymore, that don't align with me anymore, that aren't attached to where I'm going. And this project, this bus, takes up so much space in my life. It's a huge project, and to clear it out creates so much space for more things. And I just think that that's what I need right now. I need space, maybe for another project to come in or whatever it may be, I don't know. But I'm full right now, and I can't receive more if I don't clear space. I'm done spending my time trying to be something I'm not, trying to attach myself to ideas that don't serve me, to try and be a part of a community that I'm just not meant to be a part of. And those who value who I am outside of this persona that I had for a while of being a mom that's building a bus, those people will stick around. And the people that were only there to support me because of that, that's okay, they'll leave. And a part of me was really struggling with feeling like I was going to let people down, and I can't hold that weight either. It takes up too much space in my life too, and I can't hold others in their feelings or whatever I think their feelings might be. So ultimately, life is so magnificent right now. It's so beautiful. And I'm so proud of myself for as far as I've come. But it is also challenging because I am having to face things that I have chosen not to face previously, and change the story and change the pattern. And that is where I am left right here, is how am I going to choose to proceed in this time of challenge, in this time of feeling afraid in this time of insecurity. How will I choose to rise and transmute and alchemize all of these feelings that I have into something that is more magnificent than I could ever imagine? So now it is that is the decision, that is the choice, that is the next step. And ultimately, I do trust in myself. I'm still learning to completely and fully trust in my decisions and in myself, but I'm learning that, and I am becoming more and more comfortable with the idea that I am truly trustworthy. I'm truly smart. I'm truly intuitive. And I truly do know what is best for me and my children. And I will, and I do have the ability to follow that guidance and to follow that knowing.